Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in again. This is My Wave and I'm your host JEFF. Today we have one of the bravest men amongst men, a hero amongst heroes. He goes by the name of Ntate Thebe. Or is it Morena Thebe or Ntate Thebe? What do you call you? Morena Thebe.
Morena Thebe, yes.
He is the founder of Vuka Safe Haven. Is it Vuka Safe Haven?
Yeah, Vuka Safe Haven, Mukaka Community Forum.
Yes. So, but we know that Thebe on social medias and everything. But okay, before we get in where you really grew up and what happened to the three ladies you were with yesterday?
No, the three ladies, they are still there, so they are in hospital receiving medical attention.
What really happened with the story? We did not really catch it. What happened with that story? What was happening?
What happened, I got a call and a lot of messages while I was attending a meeting at the municipality. And as you know, you in a meeting, so the phone is on silent, so it's ringing non-stop and you're busy, concentrating on the discussions in the meeting, and the phone is it's just ringing on silent, and you're receiving inboxes, you're receiving WhatsApps non-stop. And I said, no man, there must be something.
There must be something. Yes.
And then I immediately went out to just attend to the messages and the phone calls. And one phone call I received while I was in the bathroom, and I got an information from the family member that one of us, the sister, has just vanished. So she was part of the 3 security guards that was on duty at Sisoville Stadium at night. So they just vanished. So we don't know whether they've been abducted, hijacked, whatsoever, but they can't be found. And that's when I was requested. That call was specifically to say, Ntate Thebe, we know you. So this is your TEF. So can you come on board?
We literally know Ntate Thebe as that man.
Yes.
But where does Ntate Thebe come from?
Well, I'm a Kasilaiti, born 1978, 5 October, Maravastad. That's where I was born.
How was your life growing up?
Like an ordinary Laiti, Kasi, dusty streets of Maukeng.
Was it like this, like today, or was it like harder at those times?
At the time, it was just, I wouldn't say that I grew up hard, but my parents were making means for me and my sister. I've got a sister coming after me. So yeah, we lived well because my mom was and my dad, they grew us up as entrepreneurs. Because my mom would then, she used to go to Joburg and buy those soft goods, come and sell. At the time, my mom's parents were living in America. America as in the farm on the road to Edenville. So it's about 45 45.
Who was staying there?
My mom's parents.
Your mom's parents?
Yes, my mom's parents.
My grandmother comes from Edenville too. That's it.
Yeah. So then every school holidays, weekends, then we would go there. So my mom would sell there. The stock fairs and the like. So I grew up in a very entrepreneurial kind of family, and even the soft goods that my mom would buy, then I would be the one who would deliver and who would go and collect money. So then I grew up into this thing. So that's why I wouldn't say that I grew up hard, but the parents made it possible and made means for us to be okay. And then started Buitiko. It was a lower primary then. Then from Buitiko, I went to higher primary. That was Nta. Then from there, Dr. Reginald Cingo.
You matriculated there?
Yes. So then I made my secondary schooling there. Then from there, I worked, and that's how it all
So you
started.
never went to like university and?
No, I never went to university. I did because I started working very early. I think 94. Yeah, started working 94. Then on the job training. Then I started studying while at work. And then from there I did MBA.
What is MBA?
Master of Business Administration.
Oh, okay.
Then I passed 8 modules. 8 modules. No. I was left with 8 modules then to complete. Then you know how life is. So then I got divorced. I was dismissed at work in 2004 at the municipality due to whistleblowing, fighting corruption and all that. So then it was just too much
so it was like
on my plate.
Then
I dropped out. Yeah, so I was left with 8 modules to complete my MBA. So yeah, I dropped out. Then from there, this year, then I had an interest in public admin. So then I'm busy with public admin.
I just want to know, like, how you are like a regular boy. You grew up like regular boy. So right now, there's a problem that we have in our community, which are drugs. Was it a big thing at your times?
Now, at that time, we grew up as just, ordinary boys and very obedient to any elder, not only your biological parents. Any parent was my parent. And even this thing of jolling in the streets and, you see these young ones nowadays kissing and doing all these things in the streets. And so you wouldn't do that during our time. An elder was an elder.
An elder was an elder.
Yes, you'd respect every elder. So not like today. But, and the drugs then, we did not have any drugs. The only drugs that we knew then was Dacha Matakwan. So that's mainly what we knew. But all these new ones, they just fashion.
Did you smoke marijuana?
I've never smoked. I've never drank. Yes.
So you grew up in business. So I'm thinking you had a business at some point in your life. Well, what business did you start with?
The business that I started with in 1998, I registered father and son general trading. So then I would sell anything that is anything. Yeah, anything that is anything. Then from there, I was working also and doing the side hustling. And then I started formally I started a restaurant which is called Vuka Fast Food here in Pomolong. It was a very nice job.
How did it go?
It went very well. It boomed. It boomed until December 2018. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd when it was bent down. Yes. So then since then I just decided, okay, it's fine, let me leave it.
So in your life, how does education play a role in your life? How important is education in your life?
Well, education is key. It's key. Whether you decide to go the career wise, maybe be an academic, it's very key because it opens up your eyes and ears so that you can be broad in life. So then without education, I don't think there's much that we can do. As much as these youngsters, they would say, no, whoever doesn't have what education and is making it in life. But as much as you do the hustle, push the side hustle as education or as study on the side as well, so that you can broaden your horizon.
Yourself.
Yes.
So now you're saying you're doing PR.
No, I'm doing public admin.
Public admin.
Yes,
Public admin. But before we get, let's the Thebe Foundation. What started first?
Vuka Safe Haven started first.
Why though? What is Vuka Safe Haven?
Vuka Safe Haven is a safe haven for the elderly and the kids and those the kids of the parents that are behind bars. So that was the concept behind it, and it's been going very well since 2013. That's when I registered it. Though I've been doing I've been doing it before registering before 2013. I've been doing it. Then 2013 I said, let me just register it as NPO. And then from there we see how it goes, because you'd find from 2013 every December, 24th of December every year, then I would take and gather all the elders 70 years upwards. I would throw them a Christmas party. All of them, doesn't matter race, I would throw them Christmas party. You know, they come and have a ball with their peers, you know, get Christmas presents, get blankets, get whatever. Then from there they'll have a ball, and they would have celebrate their Christmas before Christmas. So in their own language, the elders would say 24th December, they say it's a Oudjaarsdag. Yeah, so they've always been enjoying it, and I enjoy doing that. And during for the elders during winter, then from the around June, July, then from the would give out the blankets and warm stuff for the elders. So I've been doing that. Then from
were you nominated as a mayor at those times too?
Nah,
2013 and
the mayor thing is it's a fashion. It's a new thing.
It's a new thing.
Yeah, so I've been doing this thing then, and because it's something that is in me. So that's just what I felt that I needed to do for our elders that brought us here. Yes.
So what made you decide you want to be a mayor at the end?
Well, this mayor thing is a social media thing, and it's a community thing that they see me as somebody who can be the mayor. So there's not even a single statement anywhere where I ever said that I want to be the mayor. So
you don't want to be a mayor. You would be a mayor, but it's not really.
I would be honored.
It should be a mayor.
If anybody would say, please, can you do this for us? I would be. But
I think you should be.
The mayor thing, it's just been a community thing, saying you would definitely be the perfect person to can take this municipality to another level as the mayor. Yes, so that's how it all came about.
Okay, please go back to that. Now it was the Safe Haven.
The Safe Haven. Then from there in 2013 as well. I'm always thinking anyway. I'm very. This head is very busy. Also in 2013, I, seeing all these things that are happening around us with politics and all that. These guys that are in government, destroying our municipality, the lack of service delivery and all that, the corruption that is happening around us. I had a daydream that I need to do something. I need to do something with everything that I see, because I talk about these things, I challenge this thing, and at the time you could only make noise. And the powers that be will just ignore you. Who are you after all? You are just but nothing. You are just, they can just, pin you and you are no more. So I just had that dream that maybe somebody needs to come up with something that will rescue our local government, because now at the time I saw that it was going down the drain and I needed to do something. And then
when was this time?
2013 as well.
2013.
Yes. Then I said, no, I need to do this thing. I need to do this thing. But at the time, it was just so overwhelming. I saw it as something that I can't reach. Then I said,
far-fetched.
But this thing is just too much. So it's fine. It's fine. and I left it at it. Then that was 2013. I'm still continuing with this Matkeku and the young ones. Okay,
your passion.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2019. That thing came back again. It was still there at the back of my mind. This, saving the municipality thingy. 2019 it came and it never went away. Then it came and it really bothered on me to say, you need to do something. And I then jotted everything down. Then put everything down. This is what needs to be done and all those things. And I then consulted the elders. The elders being the former mayor, Ntatele Bona, may his soul rest in peace. Mema Feza, the former speaker of the municipality. The former mayor again. The name just escapes me. He's from Brand Park. Some other white people. Now I'm talking about the elders that have been there, that have been in government, in politics, and say, I've got this, this dream, and can you just help me out here? So where to? So, and at the time I already drafted the concept document and all that. So I went to them, gave them the documents and say, this is what I have on the table. So can you please give your inputs, sponsor your inputs, and see if maybe this thing is doable or whatever. Because I, for one, I feel I've got the passion and energy and the drive to make sure this thing happens. So most of them gave me the time. Most of them opened their hearts, gave their inputs constructively so, and showed me the do's and don'ts and all that. And some of them rejected me. And I remember one of them said to me, this thing of yours will never see the light of day. And it's okay. I mean, you can imagine, you come up and you're hyped up and you come and give an elder this thing and the elder says, cut. I mean, so I just took it like a man, said, okay, it's okay, it's well. And I went on to do the house meetings with now the younger generations. Now I'm done with the elders because I wanted to get their blessing and the wisdom. And then I now came to everybody now. Looked around, those that matters most. Then I went around, did the house meetings, the engagements, and it went on. Then from there it went further, registered the concept Mkaka Community Forum with IEC, then COVID hit us, then from there things slowed down, we were in-house, then 2020 June, then from there we got the registration that we can contest the local government elections of 2021. And 2021 came, then we canvassed, though under very difficult conditions of COVID and the like, and also the timing as well. So you are new in this thingy, and a lot of people don't know this Mkaka Community Forum. They know Morena Thebe and all that, but this Mkaka Community Forum is something new. So it went on. Then from there we campaigned under difficult conditions, no budget, but we did it. Come 3 November 2021, election day, and results came. Then we got 3 PR seats.
Ooh.
So we are represented in the municipality with 3 PR councillors. Yes, I'm one of the councillors. I'm a whip in council for Mkaka Community Forum, and I've got other 2 colleagues.
Hey, you have big things in the return.
So we are
so
represented.
Let's say Mkaka Community Forum gets the vote, you get to run.
Yes.
What do you really want to change?
To run as in to run as controlling the municipality. Well, one thing that or main things that we highlighted in our manifesto when we campaigned last year was to say, number one, we needed to save our municipality from going down the drain, because as we can see, I mean, here we are. We used to know this area that we're making this interview from. We used to know it as a suburb and one of the, look at how the roads are. The sewer spillages. I passed so many sewer spillages up until I got here.
Really
so water cut-offs, they just get cut off without any notification whatsoever. You've got to kind of run around to get information as to what is happening. Street lights is dark here. So all those things. So during our campaigning, we said those are the basics, and that's the core of the municipality, the establishment of a municipality. So you needed to get those things right. And also we've got in our manifesto, we've got the issue of those 33 employees that was dismissed by the then municipal manager Mkwati, who since died mysteriously, so one doesn't even know whether he's dead or whatever, but anyway, he's gone. So he dismissed those guys. I was part of the 33 people that was dismissed 17 February 2014, and our case is at the Constitutional Court as I'm talking to you now. One of the things was to say we get those 33 employees because they are whistleblowers back to work, because now after they raised the alarm, so he was arrested by the very same issues that was raised by the same people. So that's what I would change, and also to on the side of local economic development, we would make sure that we address the issue of outsourcing in this municipality of ours, because in just one department you find there's about say 9 or so companies outsourced, from another province. I mean, we are in the Free State. So then what are you saying about the locals? Because, I mean, surely we have business people that are coming here, that are coming from here and neighboring areas, if maybe we don't have, and the province as well. So then why go out of the province? So then I would address issue of local economic development on a non-compromising, stand, making sure that we get our locals empowered. And also the issue of this power station that we have, that is a white elephant, it is being vandalized on a daily basis. So then we currently have a license with Eskom to supply electricity, but here's the power station seated there being vandalized and nobody's saying or doing anything about it. So then I would also address the issue of that power station, because by getting that power station back to work, then you'd save the community a lot of money of buying electricity. Also you'd create more jobs for the locals, and also the issue of the
but why is electricity so expensive now? What's happening? Why did it become like this now?
It is expensive because currently what is happening is that the municipality is not supplying the electricity. So the municipality is buying electricity from Eskom. Then buy electricity from Eskom, then municipality comes and sells to us. So the municipality is a middleman. So that's why it's expensive. Yes. So then we get our power station right, then from there it's direct. Yes. So then there's no middleman. Yes. So that's why it's expensive.
What do you think everything you're going to fix now, what do you think is broken? What are they not doing? What short are in?
At the moment, there's no political will to get things right. Yeah, there's no political will to get things right, because now if you followed the council deliberations during council sittings, the ones that were open to public through maybe say social media and the like, then you would see that there are a lot of issues that especially coming direct from Mkaka Community Forum via myself as the whip, there are so many pertinent issues issues that we raised. One of the issues that I raised was the issue of non-payment of Eskom installments, that was not paid. And 3 months consecutively, then that I raised, amounting to about 120 million that was not paid. And I raised that issue in council because currently we are sitting at almost, I think we are sitting at around 800 million that we are owing to Eskom. So,
are you going to be able to pay back? Is there such money? Are we going to pay back?
I mean, we've got to pay because we've used the Eskom's money. We've used the Eskom's money. We've got to pay. Somebody's got to pay. So those are the issues that I raised, and lack of political will. So that's why we find ourselves in this kind of situation. Yes, but we will keep on raising these issues, though you become an enemy of the state when you raise these issues, but I don't care.
But I think it will never go right, because now you just said this place, Ward 3, used to be like nice. Now these potholes, it will not make sense because our ward councillor does not even stay in Ward 3. I don't even get is it that? Can it be that? Why is it like that? It's a white lady, I don't know where she stays.
Well, not necessarily the case. Let's look, for instance, in the township. You found in Mauking, the ward councillors are staying there. Some of them, they're staying there. And there's nothing happening. It's not necessarily about you've got to stay there. So others are staying there, and the sewer is running right, at their gates, and they're skipping it every day, So it's not necessarily about staying in a ward. So if something is in you, you can make it happen, and you will make it happen. So it's not necessarily about you staying there. So you can make things happen. I, for one, I'm not a ward councillor, but I'm sure you've realized from social media, whenever there's anything happening around the community, people will raise issue and say, Morena Thebe, can anybody give me Morena Thebe's contacts? Morena Thebe, can you come? And I'm not even a ward councillor, and I would go and make things happen, even in fact, all the time. Whenever I'm not even a ward councillor.
Let's just talk about the foundation.
Yes.
What's the foundation? What is it about?
Well, all these things that I'm doing anyway, I've been thinking about it, that just formalize it and just do it under this foundation. Because one is a brand, there's no dispute about that. So then just, formalize it and run it, get it there, get it right.
Hey, the first time I heard about you was when you got to save, or you found Buipelo.
Yes.
I really did not get the story. I wanted to meet you and actually get the story. Can you please take me through that? I'm not bringing dead wounds or anything, but can you please explain what really happened? That was a sad story from what I've heard, but what happened?
Well, with Buipelo as well, it's still the same with the security guys as to how I got information. I got the information. I was tagged in Facebook or mentioned in a lot of posts, and I was called to say, Thebe, there's a child here, Unyamezi, so can you come and help? Okay. What's
your first thing? What's the first step you take?
First step.
Because you are greater than private investigations. That is like private investigators, policemen, man, muscle. Come on, you are the best in this game.
Well, it's by the grace of God. Immediately, what I did was to go to the family. Fortunately, the mother, I know her, was the friend to my late aunt. So they were together in Mutswela Secondary. So then immediately I got that information. I gathered whatever information that I got from social media with phone calls that I got. I think I got about 5 phone calls and other missed calls. So then I immediately went to the family, met the mother. I say, hey, Munakwena, okay, sharp. What happened? Then she relayed the story. She was busy playing with her friend here in the street and what. So then when I went to look for her, then from there the friend says, that's when she raised an alarm. So then that's how it happened, and she just vanished. Just like that. Then on getting that information, I immediately told her that, okay, now we need to get the police involved. So let's report her missing. Then from there she was reported missing and all that. Then I gathered the community. So then this I did that afternoon, that late afternoon.
The same day?
Yeah.
I make things happen, eh?
Yeah, within an hour. Then I was with the family and started everything. Then I gathered the community, those around that street or that vicinity. Then I went on social media, I told them this is what is happening, and I commented on a few posts that was talking about her missing. And then I asked community members that 8 o'clock, let's meet. Was it 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock? But
somewhere there.
I made that announcement on social media that let's gather, all of us. Then from there, we need to get this child back. Then, but that night, I think I went home around 2 hours following morning, having started already with the contacts that I have, so that we could check here and then if maybe we can't find. But we got some leads and all that, but they bear no fruit. Then following morning, then we met with community members. Then the search started, and the police now was on board. I did everything with the police. Then from there, I started the search party, and the search party went on for a week and a half. And then it went on and on and on, and we traveled so many kilos when we count by foot. Then ultimately then it resulted in us finding her, because now I remember that day we because I did the search parties. I coordinated them by having the night and day shifts, and volunteers, no payments, no nothing. And the Good Samaritans came with donations for the food and what. And the transport people came as well. Those with transport, they came and transported, the volunteers. Then on that day, it was on a Saturday, and the day shift came for lunch. And we were seated. There's a tree that they usually called Sfating Bibelo's office. So then they named it as her office, because we would gather there. Everything we would do it under that tree. So just the third house from her house. So then we would all gather there. So we were there for lunch. We were busy after lunch, chit-chatting and waiting to resume after lunch. And a young child, a baby girl came, I think she's around 9 or 11, came to me with all these volunteers that came for lunch. Came to me and said, then from there I stepped aside. Then from there she said, hona le mkhukhu o mong mo le RDP, hona le monko o se monate na go pa tlo itse.
A 9-year-old girl.
Then I went with her. I said to everybody and say, man, wait for me, I'm coming. They say, no, you can't go alone. It's not safe. So we're all going with you. So we're making sure that you are protected. You can't go alone. So then they all followed me. Then I got there. Immediately I got at that yard. Instincts told me that this is it. And on approaching, then there was that mukuku. Then it was locked with I don't know what it was, with a lock or something.
Outside?
Yeah, on the outside. And then from there, I kicked that door. And I got in. It was very dark. Then I took out my phone. Then from there, so that I could see. And then from there was a lot of. It was like a dumping side in that mukuku. And I looked around, then there was only thing that was a furniture in there was a wardrobe. And then from there on, approaching that wardrobe, I saw a hand, the left hand. Yeah, I saw the left hand, coming out. And then from there I approached, and the same clothes that her mom and pictures that I had was the very same jacket that I saw on the head. Then I approached, then I looked, and it was her. And she was seated. The same way that I'm seated, she was seated with the hand sticking out. And she was not good. She was just, decomposed. And what I could see on the head was some grass, when you've dragged something, so on the head, so there was some grass that I could spot. So, but because it was a crime scene, so I didn't touch. The only thing that I did was just on the camera, just to look around it, so that I can be able to identify. And it was her. Then immediately I made sure the police were there, the brigadier, the colonels, and everybody. Within 3 minutes, that place was full. That's how we discovered her.
Did you get the guy? The guys who did it?
Well, the investigations went on, and the owner of that mukuku, while the police are busy on the scene, then there was commotion all over. So I was busy on the scene, and I heard that they got the guy. They called him Rasta. I heard that they got the guy, and the guy was killed on the spot.
On the spot by the mob.
Yep, by the mob.
But how does that work now? Does the mob get arrested too?
Nah, because you don't know who's who in this. Because the police are here, busy on the scene, making sure that the dogs and everybody involved does whatever and make sure that they secure the crime scene. So then the mob is busy somewhere on the side. So it just happened like that. Yeah.
Hey, but these are all stories. Tell me about the stories that Batofu needs, or this is someone missing and you got there. Tell me about the stories.
It's a lot of stories.
Just tell me like one. Just tell me.
It's a lot of stories anyway. Others are just hilarious, and others are heartbreaking and all that. I remember just the recent one. I was in Kroonstad. I was attending a meeting there. Then I got a tag and mention on social media, on Facebook, that Morena Thebe. I remember, what did that guy write there? I say Morena Thebe. There's a lot of inboxes, right? So inboxes at times. Kroonstad is struggling with network, because I'm using Telkom.
Oh, okay.
So Telkom and MTN. So then the data is on the Telkom. So then I struggle on the other side on Kroonstad.
Okay.
So I did not get immediately the messages. So then as I drove out of Kroonstad, so there's an area I got signal there. Then I got a lot of messages. Then on one mention, I read that post on Facebook. Then it read, Morena Thebe, can anybody contact Morena Thebe for me? I need to contact Morena Thebe. My life is in danger. So, and he's the one who can rescue me. Something like that.
Okay.
Then on looking on the inboxes and all that, I saw that. So then I contacted this person. On contacting him, he told me that he was visiting, he's in Snake Park. He told me that he was visiting the girlfriend. So there was no parents. Okay. So they had steady.
Sure.
Yeah, sharp, okay, but we steady, sharp. Then, okay, yes, no. While they were busy, then the parents came. Okay, now I'm hiding in the wardrobe.
You?
The parents are in the house. The girlfriend is with the parents.
Oh, him?
Yes, him. He is in the the wardrobe, hiding.
Oh, okay.
So the girlfriend is with her parents.
Yeah.
Normal stuff happening in the
So
house.
that guy texts you. Okay.
So now I'm on my way driving to Kroonstad. So the guy is in a wardrobe. So he says his life is in danger. So it's an RDP house. So it's not a big house like this one. Maybe you could use say another entrance or maybe say window or something. So he says, I'm in a wardrobe and I'm in danger. So can you come and rescue me? Because the parents are here.
What? Did you go?
So then I located him and I went.
Yo.
And the long story short, he was rescued, and the parents, after what I did there and spoke to the parents did not see anything, and he was rescued.
Was there a case whereby maybe elderly people, like parents call you saying my child is missing? You go, you find the child, but the child is not missing. He or she is finding. Have you met those cases?
Yeah, many of them. The recent one is the one of the Mary Lee. So the parent, the mother spoke to me.
That's my aunt.
Oh, that's your aunt.
Cousin, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my aunt.
So then the mother went to the police officer staying nearby, then to say, hey man, I need, my child is missing and I need Ntate Thebe. So when as a police officer, you work with Ntate Thebe, so can you get hold of Ntate Thebe? So the child is missing, what. So then the police officer called me, where was I? Somewhere on these lots of meetings. And funny enough, all these things, they happen, they get to me while in meetings. So then I spoke to the officer, very well-known person to me, and we working well together with other police officers. Then I received that information. I said, okay, I will pop in at the house and talk to the mother. Then from there, she gave me the police officer gave me the mother's numbers and what. And then from there, I went to the house after the meeting later on. Then only to find out that when I got there, the mother is the person that I know, and the mother is the member of Mkraka Community Forum.
Oh,
so we know each other from there. You say, hey, Mona. So now what's happening? So it was all jolly and all that. Those said that the child is not there and all that. It all started. So the mother gave me all the information, blah, 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 the photos and description and all that. So then I went on the search. And then I posted on Facebook immediately after talking to the mother, and I got a lot of tip-offs and a lot of them which were positive. And I wanted to get the social media platforms for the missing child as to what are social media names and the what, because the number, the telephone number was off. No, she did not. She left the phone with the mother. I remember. She left the phone with the mother, but I wanted the social media details as to what's her Facebook names and all that. So then I got it. Then from there, I was able to trace her, and I went to the house where she was at. With whatever network and connections that I used, of which I can't disclose. Yes. So then I found her there, and she was still well and jolly, chilling there. And she was not missing. She just decided to go and have fresh air. But the parent did not know, and the parent had all the right to report her missing and all that. So she had found her. Then from there I brought her safe back home. Yes, so that's but one of those. Oh, okay. And after her friends now, a week after her, then her friends, because Mary Lee she's from Motswala Secondary School. Her friends from Motswala Secondary School as well. Same class and other from other classes, they went missing as well.
Yeah.
So they were also reported, and the parents also contacted me, and same thing happened. So then they were not missing. So they just decided to go on a jol with the boys, and so it's just stressing for the parents, and it's sad that our kids are doing all these things to us, and something needs to be done to parenting, in fact to relations between parents and kids, so that we can have open relations and discussions and all that, because you find when I get into these things and talking between parent and the kid after having found them, you find there's just a missing link in between the parent and the child. So all these things could have been avoided if there was open communication. Yes.
So that's everyone we ask when you wrap it up on my way.
Yes.
So what has the Thebe learned about himself in a past few months? What have you learned about yourself?
Well, that I'm favored. Yeah, I'm favored, and I appreciate every little respect, every respect that I get, and the high esteem that community members are holding me, and I would do anything to help out wherever I'm needed, and I'm just a servant. I'm just a servant. Whenever I'm needed, I would always be available.
So that can you please tell? So we call them surfers. People watch the show, we call them surfers. Can you please tell them surfers?
Okay, surfers.
They surf. Yeah. Yes. So can you please tell them where to actually find you if they maybe somewhere in life they come across situations like missing, and where can they text the Thebe, where can they find him?
Well, I'm available on my social media platform. On Facebook, I'm Morena Thebe. On Twitter, I'm Morena_Thebe. On TikTok, Morena Thebe.
You have TikTok?
Yep, I've got TikTok, though I'm not posting. I'm available, and my digits are 082-702-5833. It's not only about missing persons. I'm a social activist. Any other thing that has to do with our community, lifting up the community and making sure that we are okay. So let's do that. So I'm not I don't find missing people anyway. So let's do the whole community upliftment, in totality anyway. Yes.
So are you going to subscribe?
Yeah, definitely. I'll subscribe immediately. I'm done here, so I'll definitely subscribe, and I will share as well, so that everybody who's following me can also subscribe
and actually know you better. I feel like now I understand who the Thebe is now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming to the Thebe. We're really honored to have you on the show, and
yes,
we wish you nothing but the best from now on to the Thebe. And yes, this is my wave. Please follow us. You know where to follow us. From your host JEFF and Morena Thebe. We love you guys. We are out. So you close the show. Was the camera still on? Oh.
Catch me on my block, pulling up a rocket, nigga aiming at the stars. Watch a nigga walk it, nigga fuck the sneakers. Had a million in my thoughts, everywhere I be, dog. Drown in my way, came with a flood.